I'm going to give you some information about Sirius. I personally believe that Sirius, which is our binary star, every 24,000 years it comes to the golden age, closer to the sun and the earth. And we've crossed that plane on December 21st, 2012. And this is what's causing the awakening. We rose above the ecliptic. We moved from Pisces to Aquarius, which is the number 6th sign of the zodiac. And we're in the upper ecliptic, which is heaven. And we moved from hell. And when you go to heaven, your government wants to contain you, Agenda 21 you, control populations. When you were in hell, they allowed you some freedoms. Now, you were still a slave, but now we're moving into the upper ecliptic, a higher conscience, an age of wisdom and enlightenment. That's what December 21st, 2012 was, the enlightenment. It wasn't the end of the world. It was the end of the world for rich psychopaths that run the world. Now, what you're looking at here is an Egyptian god called Anubis. And this is connected to Canis Major. This is the constellation that Sirius is in. So this is Canis Major. This is Sirius, same as Isis. Isis is Sirius. And I'm going to show you some evidence that subliminally they're trying to tell you. And it's out there. But directly, they will never tell you the truth. So here's the movie, The Truman Show. And if you look at this, a star fell out of the sky, right? And it was called Sirius. Okay, and it was a blue star. Of course, Sirius is a blue star. And when you look at the number 23, it also shows Sirius. And of course, here's the constellation. Right here. Which they describe as Isis or Anubis. And this is your pyramids, which is your Orion galaxy or the Orion belt. And this, of course, Sirius is in the Canis Major, right here. So, another sign. So let's look at the Visa logo. This is what they call the Vesica Pisces. The Vesica Pisces is a binary, the Eye of Ra. That's what Vesica Pisces means. And you see the Vesica Pisces here in the MasterCard. Now, why would they have Master? Master in red. This is the Master Sun. This is the red and the yellow sun coming as one. That's more proof that the banking cartel or the Vatican, all roads lead to Rome, knows about Sirius coming every 24,000 years. Or Wormwood, or Isis, or there's so many names. That's why we're at war with ISIS. Because they have to have a reason to spray chemtrails, to block out the celestial stuff. They have to spend money on a fictional war. It's a fictional war. So they call it ISIS or ISL. L means sun. L, like Lexus, right? And of course you'll see Sirius tied in with Toyota. And you'll see the XM, which is the sun, and the dog star. There it is right there. Same as you saw over here. Watch. I'll show you this to you again. Sorry. Trying to get to this. But anyway, it's the dog star when you look at this. Oh, here it is right here. So there's the dog star, Sirius, or Isis. And let's keep going. Now this is your red, white, and blue. This is why your American flag is red, white, and blue. Here's the Orion Belt where the pyramids were aligned up with Sirius. This is how they knew Sirius was coming. And of course you've got the blue star, the red star, and the white star. And that's your pyramid, the upside down pyramid, just like the Israeli flag. Let's keep going. Now we also have the Syrians. When you look up ancient history, the Syrians destroyed Babylon. And what is Visa? What is MasterCard? Well, that's Babylon. That's Nimrod building the cities of Babylon. That's your churches, your government, and your corporations. Babylon has been built. We are in the days of Noah, to where they built the city of Babylon. And of course the Syrians, not a coincidence, destroyed Babylon. So more evidence. Here is Syria, the dual stars, the binary stars. So there is a lot of evidence of this going on, and we went all through it. I'm going to show you some other stuff here. Let's take a look at one other thing here. Let's go through some pictures, and I'm going to go into I don't know what happened there, but I'm going to show you some other things. Let's take a look at the Toyota logo. Toyota's the big car company, right? The master car company, right? So here is the sun and the earth, and here is Sirius. Same thing. And of course, Toyota has, and Lexus has Sirius XM radio. That's their company. So guys, the messages are everywhere. And you could either pay attention or you can just stay asleep and become a sheeple. But this is one of the reasons when you have Jesus coming, right? He's going to judge the living and the dead, and his kingdom has no end. So when the time of the days of Noah came, the floods and all the stuff, well, there was a reason, because there was a planetary nebula. It wasn't asteroids and all the things that they lie to you about. When these binary stars come together, it causes all kind of havoc on Earth. And the ancients called it the renewal period, right? So this is the time where all the living and the dead will be judged by God, the conscience of the light, right? And of course, when you call someone Sir in the military, that's Sirius, right? So he's the master God. He's the biggest star in the sky. He's the master light in our universe. And Sirius is the biggest star. It's the most brightest star in the universe. Something like 25 times brighter than the sun, and it's twice as big as the sun. So, and if you read scripture, the Ezekiel wheel are the fixed signs of the zodiac, which is God had the head of a man, which is Aquarius. He had the head of the bull, and he had the head of the eagle, and he had the head of the lion. That is the fixed signs of the cross, of the zodiac. And that's the real cross that they worship. So, and you can tell how my computer just freezes all of a sudden. This happens to me all the time because I do videos, so I'm going to try to unfreeze it here. See if that worked. So, and this is the main thing that I want to show you. All the ancients believed in this. This is the Iron Age, the Bronze Age, the Silver Age, the Golden Age. And this is the sun, and this is Sirius. And this is the MasterCard logo. I mean, you're looking at it. Here's the all-seeing eye, right here. This is the time of enlightenment, right here, the Golden Age. So when this sun comes, start moving towards this sun, or star, and this star, this is our sun, this is Sirius. When they start moving together, plus Sirius has Sirius B, which is amazing. I'm not even going to get into that, but when these start coming together, this awakens the conscious mind. And this is the awakening of December 21st, 2012. It turned the curve and it's on its way. This is a procession of 24,000 years, right here. And the days of Noah was right here. It was 24,000 years ago. So don't let them lie to you about the days of Noah and the great flood. And here's the thing, it wasn't just a flood, it was pestilence, it was all kind of things in the days of Noah. So when these stars start coming together, then the mind starts awakening. And that's why they've been poisoning you. Food, toothpaste, water, oceans, air, chemtrails, radiation, because it changes the vibrations of the human consciousness. So they're radiating you to death, ionic heaters, microwave heaters, HARP, NexRad, Gwyn towers. This is what's really happening to your soul. And when you watch TV, they're stealers of souls, because when these two things come together, there's only death and life. There's only two choices you can make, God or money. And you're either going to go to darkness or light, just like the movie Star Wars. And you're going to take one side. Now, most people are going to take money, right? Satan, evil, Set, call it whatever you want. But they're going to take the evil side, or they're going to be Judas Iscariots. And they're going to choose money over Jesus, right? Same thing. So there's only two choices in this age. That's it. And also, when all this stuff comes together, this is your global warming or your solar flares that they're talking about knocking out their infrastructure. Guys, you won't have electricity. You won't have cell phones. You won't have any of this stuff when these two stars come together. Everything will go back. And when all this stuff erases that's been controlling your mind and keeping you indoctrinated into this religion or Tower of Babel, when these things come together, your mind is going to completely awaken, especially when they knock out all the cell towers and the dark side of the moon and all the frequencies. The strongest frequency will be this. There's nothing will be stronger. That's why they keep building bigger and bigger and bigger HARP weapons. And there's only two. I mean, you're going to die. When this happens, everybody's going to die. I don't believe, I mean, maybe one man will survive, Noah, whatever. I don't. You know, here's another thing you'll see. When you look at this dog star, here's the boat of Noah right here. So here's the dog star right there. And here's your stars. And there's the boat. So, I mean, this is, and you look at the Pope, he'll wear this sign right here. This is the awakening of the conscience. This is the hippocampus in the mind. So this is when Jesus comes to the mind of those who can see. He opens the eye. This is the all-seeing eye right here. That's the hat. So you'll see this boat everywhere. Here it is right here. You see them sailing on their boats. Because this is the symbol of the great flood. When the two stars align. So this is what they're talking about. When you go to all this ancient symbols, when you look at the pyramid, it lines right up with Sirius and the Orion belt. This is how they measure when this thing comes into their existence. This is one of the things that they did. Here's Isis right here. Here she is on the boat, and Sirius above her head. So you can keep seeing it here. Here's the Twin Towers. This is the gates of heaven and hell. And here's the dog star, Sirius, or Canis Majoris. This is what they call them. This is you see it everywhere. Canis Major. And you can keep going on and on and on. You can see it all over here's a bunch of them. Here's Canis Major. This is Sirius right here. And there's your fixed sign of the zodiac, the cross. He's got it hanging on his neck. Right? That's really what the cross means. So, anyway, thanks for listening. I'm Frederick Wust. This is more signs that everything that you've been told is a complete lie. You've got to study this stuff for yourself. I'm not trying to tell you what to believe, what to think. I'm just trying to tell you that this is a binary star, and it comes into our existence every 24,000 years, and we're moving towards that. And that's why they're trying to control the weather. They're going to try to enslave you, kill a bunch of people. They want to steal your soul. This is the stopping of the awakening, because you have to understand you're in slavery and bondage of Rome, which is the Vatican. You've got a birth certificate, a driver's license, you got all the Social Security. You're a slave. You've been sold as a commodity to Rome, the Vatican. And when you awaken consciously, you're going to realize who your slave masters are. And then you're going to go kill them. They're doomed. Then you're going to destroy all the towers of Babel. Everything that they built, you're going to destroy it. And you're going to want to give equality back to the land. You're going to start to have the laws of God come back to your mind. And you're going to go back to the days of Adam and Eve. You're going to reverse the biting of the apple, and you're going to really remember who you are spiritually, that you're an enlightened, luminous being. You're not a monkey. You're not from a rock. There was no Big Bang. The one that created the Big Bang was God. So he created the heavens and the earth. He designed it. He's the mathematician. He's the genius. He's the greatest conscience of the world. He's in the light. He is the light and the shield. And God's going to come to the conscience of man. And either you'll sit at the right hand of the Father like Jesus, or you will be, just like in the days of Noah, you'll be buried in, like coal and oil. And that's why we burn coal and oil as energy, because that's what it says in the Bible. You will burn them as a light to light your way at night. And because energy is free, guys. It's free floating. And the reason why they want to burn coal and oil is because that's scripture. So, and everything that's happening in the world today, God is in control of. There is, and he's judging the living and the dead. It's all there is to it. If you're Jesus, you're going to put forth, the story of the carrying of the cross. In my personal opinion, you got 3 different personality types. You got people who are silent, which is betrayal. Silence is betrayal of Jesus Christ. So you're going to hell. And you got Judith Iscariot, which people taking money. Let's say you're working for the NSA, CIA, the Tower, any Tower of Babel, a banking corporation, Walmart, any job that you have that is for the Tower of Babel. You're building the Tower of Babel. In other words, they're taking your tax dollars and they're murdering people that have an awakened conscience. They always want to kill smart people. That's their goal. Kill all the smart people. They've been doing it for thousands of years. If you awaken consciously, it's time to kill you. JFK, awaken consciously. RFK, awaken consciously. Martin Luther King, MLK, awaken conscience. Malcolm X, awaken conscience. Kill, 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 kill. They've been doing it for years. Jesus Christ, the disciples, kill. Anybody who awakens conscience and starts realizing who they are, remembering who they are. You'll turn against the medical industry. You'll turn against the pharma corporations. You'll go back to God, and you'll go back to growing your own plants and growing your farms and being shepherds of the land. This is God's way, and we're going to go back to the golden age. We're going back to God's way. There's no stopping it. It's just some people are trying to move it quicker than others. Some people awaken quicker than others. But all will awaken. Every one of you will awaken, unless you turn into a cyborg robot like the New World Order wants you to do. They want half man, half robot, no conscience. And they're pushing that agenda, kind of like the movie I, Robot or whatever. They push that agenda of roboticism. It's all over TV. Half man, half robot. They start off with boob jobs and makeup and altering the human body. Avengers, gods, man of gods, and all these things like that. So this is the reason for all this, so they can steal your soul. Because if you think that you're a god and God comes to judge you, he judges you by your heart. And when your heart says, hey, I'm a god, I don't believe in God, then of course you're eternally dead. He doesn't give you the eternal energy of life. He doesn't continue your energy within the light. You go back to the dead. The ego was Nimrod. He shot arrows. Just like HARP, they shoot arrows into the shield, which is our magnetosphere, the energy of God protecting mankind. So anyway, thanks for listening. I'm Frederick Wust. Believe what you want to believe, but there's a lot of evidence here. You need to look at it, and it's everywhere. It's in the movies. It's in the Egyptians. It's in the Greeks and the Romans, and it's everywhere. ISIS is real, and it's coming. That is Wormwood. That is Nibiru. ISIS is your binary star. And you notice that the science will not talk about it. Mainstream science will not talk about a binary star coming in to create havoc on the earth every 24,000 years. They talk about, it's God and Satan, whatever. It's just such a, they turn things that happen naturally into this antichrist type belief. It's which is the opposite of reality. That's all it is. Thanks for listening.